So this video is on door-to-door sales, why most people do it wrong, and why it doesn't work in the modern age, and it probably will never work from now on. So the old school model, most people sold door-to-door, from everything from TVs to encyclopedias, food, cutlery, ware. A lot of companies were made famous, and their only selling point was going to people's home. People used to sell insurance, stuff like that. People even used to open bank accounts and savings accounts and investments accounts. I remember someone used to come to my house and my mum used to give him money. So those days are gone. Nowadays, if you knock on someone's door, whatever you're selling, they're not interested. They think it got such a bad rep. People just think sales, sleazy salesman, hard pushing, fast talking. People aren't interested nowadays. Nowadays, no one does it. There's been a big gap. Probably nobody has knocked on my door. The last people that knocked on my door are religious people trying to get you to join, and politicians. But even they don't knock anymore. So it's fair game. Some people will buy, some people won't. So the method has changed, but the method hasn't changed, if that makes sense. So in that way, you can send a letter through their post, through their door, and follow up later on, rather than cold calling, knocking on the door, catching them by surprise, and they don't even listen to what you're saying. They just think he's trying to sell me something, he's trying to rip me off. I'm not interested. Bye. Sorry. Thanks, but no thanks. Send a bit of information through the door. So, I don't know, cleaning company if you have, put a little note through the door. Even put it inside an envelope and address it as "Dear Householder" or "Dear My Friend" on it. Post it in a brown envelope through the door. Knock on the door. People think, oh, they're not used to seeing stuff like that. You usually see like companies sending you with a stamp on it or just a plain flyer. If you send an envelope, people are going to look at it. If they look at it cleaning, blah blah blah. Post 50. Knock on 50 doors a few days later and say, hi. I live up the road. Would you be interested in the service? Did you get to see my letter? Ask them what they think of it. If they say no, say okay, no thank you. That's fine. Do you know anyone that would be interested in cleaning? Or if you ever change my mind, can I leave you my number? It's the personal touch and a personal approach. That is how you get successful at door to door. There's no other way. If you cold call, your ratio, your conversion rate, you just end up wasting so much time. You might have to knock on maybe 2,000 doors to get one customer, if that. And that, believe me, when you go door to door knocking, you think it's going to be a short time, but it takes ages and ages. Even posting the letters takes a long time. You think you can do a whole street in 10 minutes, it ends up taking you a few hours. So, any advice on that, please give me your feedback. I'm going to be posting some letters and following up, doing that. So I will be giving an update on that as well.